Good morning and welcome back to my channel. This is not going to be like a full-on sit-down tutorial. I'm actually going to be getting ready for work as I speak to you guys. And so I am just going to be kind of quickly showing you what products I'm using. This is the Ole Henriksen Sheer Transforming Moisturizer, and then talk about a bunch of other stuff while I get ready, just because I feel like I haven't caught anyone up in a long time about what I'm doing. And last time I did a get ready with me, like kind of chit chat, life update, I had started the keto diet. And just to like obviously update you guys, and if you follow me on Instagram stories, then you know that I don't do that diet anymore. I did it for a little bit, and I absolutely believe in the science behind it, and I could see how it works, but ultimately the best diet is the one that works for you. And as corny as it sounds, I just could not handle eating that much fat. Like, I kind of got grossed out by it. So that diet was not for me. And going forward, I started to do an older diet that I used to do, which I just used to count my macronutrients, and I haven't been as strict about it, but I definitely have still lost weight. And what else? Okay, so my skin. My skin's been pretty decent lately, with the exception of I feel like I have breakouts here on my cheek and on my forehead, which I have not had in a very long time. So I wanted to try all new face products, and as you guys know, just stuff at Sephora and just skincare in general can be really pricey. But there were a lot of high-end products that I just kept hearing really good things about, like over and over. People online and on websites and blogs and stuff were talking about it. So I picked up this from Sephora, which is one of their holiday gift sets. It's called Skin Wonderland. I don't know if you can see it. And it's got a bunch of sample-sized products of like awesome things like collagen and this SK2 stuff that I've heard really good things about. I already actually have this, but I'll probably just give that to one of my sisters or something, since I already have one of those. But by the way, that foundation was a CoverGirl Matte Made, and I am obsessed with this foundation. I wanted to just try new things for my skin and see if I need to change anything in my skincare routine, because the last time I really did like kind of an overhaul on it was in March, which that was quite some time ago. I also love to try things and then be able to tell you guys about them and tell you if they're actually worth the money and all those good things about that. I noticed that I definitely get a lot more questions on skincare. Like every once in a while someone will be like, oh, what lipstick is that, or your makeup and stuff like that. But I just feel like as an entire group of makeup lovers, just because of Instagram and social media, there's like a million makeup tutorials out there. But since I love skincare and I love the science behind why things work, I wanted to dive more into that and kind of talk about things that are not necessarily just makeup, although I will still talk about makeup, but just skin. Does that make sense? Also, sometimes I get frustrated when I watch videos because people are sent things, and there's nothing wrong with that. I would love to be sent a ton of products, and I have been sent things in the past, and I am currently like reviewing things that I am sent. I just don't like that feeling of having to give it a positive review. Even though you don't have to and they're asking for an honest one, like you feel bad, and it's this really weird gray area. And I genuinely did not feel like that Neutrogena light pen that I talked about, and I'll stick a photo right here, was helpful. You have to use it 3 times a day for 2 minutes at a time, but I wake up every single day and wear makeup, and I work almost 5 to 6 days a week, so I don't have time to like wipe makeup off this little spot and put a light there, like especially if I have acne, like I've got to get that covered up and I've got to go on with my day. So I think twice a day for 2 minutes I could see that, because you could do it first thing in the morning before you start your makeup and then after you're done with your makeup. But other than that, I don't really feel like it was very conducive to my lifestyle. In my last video, I reviewed this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation, and I didn't love it in that video. And overall my thoughts, because I wore it for like I think 13 hours or something, overall my thoughts were that I just did not like it. And like all foundations, I will just give things a try again. I want to try it with multiple primers underneath and different foundations, different concealers, like just try multiple combos to see if maybe it's just something that I did. But so far I don't like it. But I bought it, I have it, I don't like to waste products, so I work as a nurse, so it's not like the most glamorous. So if it's not super perfect, it's okay, as long as my face feels concealed and I look polished. Last year around this time, I opened up to you guys about my anxiety, and just to update you guys on all that. So I feel like my anxiety's gotten significantly better. I I started to implement things that kind of just helped me work through them, and I wanted to share them with you in case they help you. So one of the things, and I talk about this a lot on my Instagram stories, is that I use a weighted blanket to sleep. So something that I used to struggle with was falling asleep and getting to sleep and staying asleep because I don't know, I just had anxiety, and I would have like these thoughts running through my head of like things I needed to do the next day, or things I regretted, or mistakes I feel like I made, or things I could have done better. And it was really hard, especially when I was freelancing as a makeup artist. I would like look back and be like, I could have done her makeup better. And I know that that sounds so stupid. Like, I know that you're probably like, but that's not a real problem. Like, if she said she liked it, she liked it. But if you have anxiety, then you'll kind of get like, you constantly have this feeling over your head of like, things could have been better. You could have made them happier. You could have done this different. And a certain degree of that is healthy and normal. I do like definitely believe in like kind of being tough on yourself and pushing yourself to be better, but it was like to the point where like I didn't want to do makeup clients. Now I pull back because my work schedule just really doesn't allow me to. It's kind of all over the place, and that's another thing I'll touch on. But for the most part, I it would bother me to the point where I was like, I just don't want to do makeup anymore because I feel like I'm disappointing people. And it didn't make sense because I would still get emails and still get inquiries, but sometimes it would affect the way I did makeup too. Like it would make me nervous, and I've been doing makeup since 2006. Okay, you guys, like I shouldn't be nervous. It should just be normal. And it took a lot. Like sometimes my nerves would get the best of me, and I would do something and I would be like, this isn't what I'm proud of. Like this isn't my best work. I'm not happy with this. I don't like the way this looks, and the person that I'm doing makeup on deserves better. I just set my under eye area with the Maybelline Fit Me powder in color light medium. I'm going to go over that area with a little bit of my RCMA No Color powder as well, which looks like this. I'd actually never talk about this product, and I bought it quite some time ago, and I think it's okay. I still prefer like a higher end one, like the Dermablend one or Laura Mercier, but you know, like I said, I have it, and so for work or the gym, I just kind of use up as much product as I have to get it off my hands so that I don't waste, you know? Kind of brings me to my next topic. So, well, and I'm all over the place, and I'm circling back around to what I talked about. So when you watch reviews on things and you know that people were sent stuff, it's just really hard to believe it. But other thing too is like, if I'm showing you a look, I don't want to always have to use all new product. And no one tells me that I have to. It's just something that sometimes I feel like, okay, they've already seen this. Why am I going to show this again? I'm already talking about this. Like, stop talking about the same palette. But I find that sometimes the makeup community, or just people in general, or kind of just the trend of buying makeup is like kind of wasteful. Like a new palette comes out, and so you commit to buying all these colors just because you want one color, or you just like this brand, so you collect it. And everyone collects their own things, and I buy clothes like I'm literally never gonna get to buy clothes again. So everyone's got their little quirks. I know that sounds very like counterintuitive to what the makeup industry tells you, because I feel like the makeup industry is like, well, oh my god, this palette's amazing, this is the only palette you need for fall. And then the next day they're like, hey, this palette is the one palette you're missing from your collection. And you're like, wait, which one is it? Like, is this the one I needed for fall, or is this the one that I've been missing my whole life? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And I get like it's marketing, obviously, like that's what my first college degree was in, so I understand that. But at some point you're just like, okay, let's just like actually talk about things we like instead of just like pushing products that you got sent in PR, you know? Which is why I feel like I'm comfortably able to say that I don't like certain things, or I don't feel like certain things are ideal for me, and you know, because I'm not really being paid to say anything. So the highlight that I'm going to go in with is the Mary Luminizer. This is so old school, but I just forgot how much I like it, to be honest. It's got this really beautiful golden sheen, and I've been doing my highlighter a little different lately. I actually started on the apples of my cheeks and dust back, so that actually pulls the focus into the center of my face versus broadening it. And I want my face to be slender, and so this is something I actually started to do in high school. And then as I started doing makeup more and more, I kind of followed the trend, but now I'm back to doing my own thing because I see this in photos, and on Instagram stories people will be like, oh my god, your highlight's so pretty, and I'm like, you know why? Because I'm doing it the way I used to do it, and I should have just kept doing it that way. Okay, so back with my brows on, and then my blush. I just took this color called Berry Bear from Maybelline, threw a little bit of that on my cheeks, and then my lips are Aftermath with a little bit of pink plaid in the center of them, and I'll show you what this MAC color looks like. I really love this lipstick a lot. It's just like an almost taupey brown pink, but it's really good to lighten up the center of a very brown lipstick. So I didn't want to have like an obvious color on, And now I'm just going to throw on my favorite mascara, which is the Falsies Push Up Angel. I love this mascara. And then some liner. And then I am off to work, y'all. And so this is Armani C. And I love this fragrance. I actually carry Rollerball perfumes, and I've never actually talked about that on this channel, but I really swear by like keeping perfumes in your bags and just small amounts, because I think it just makes a world of difference whenever you feel like you've got some fresh fragrance on. This is a Rimmel lip liner in Cafe A Lot. So for work, I don't actually wear eyeshadow all the time. Sometimes I'll do an inner corner highlight to make me look more awake, but for the most part, unless I film like a full-on tutorial before I go to work. But the reason is because, and this is my theory on like work makeup, don't commit to something that you're not going to do on a regular basis. Like, don't start your first month like wearing a smoky eye, and then a month in like be tired and stop wearing a smoky eye, because I don't know, that's my personal rule of thumb. So when I started this job, I kind of did this eye look, and this is just what I maintain. If I wear eyeshadow, sometimes just because I do film, no one like really says anything, just because everyone kind of knows that I do this outside of work. But oh, and I didn't really talk to you guys about work. So my work schedule is really crazy and it's really hectic, because like, I think, so if I worked in a hospital, I would work 3 12-hour shifts and be done with it, right? But because I work in day surgery, it's kind of like a Monday through Friday, except for it's not, because surgery goes a million different ways and you never know really what time you're going to get off. And obviously you have to stay till the end of the case. And so I have just been more exhausted than normal, because some days it'll be an 8-hour day, some days it's a 12-hour day, and it's back to back to back. Like this week I only had one day off, and I'm tired. And so I'm just struggling with energy, and I'm trying not to drink more and more coffee when I'm tired. And so one of my friends recommended Ritual vitamins, which I'm going to order. I'll link them below because I heard insane things about them. But if you guys have any other tips or tricks on how to like sustain your energy without having to drink caffeine, or a green juice just because they have a lot of sugar, then let me know. Okay, and then just to set my brows in place, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Tattoo Studio brow product. I really love this stuff, but it's kind of difficult to use. Like, you've got to really make sure you don't have any excess product on the brush, and then you have to hold the brush at the tail end of the handle and then just like lightly apply it. We just really don't want to be heavy-handed with this, because then it looks like we have like oil painted our brows on, and that's just a no-no. You can actually use this product on its own as well. It just takes a little more time. But I did it for the gym because it does keep your brows on through like a sweat session. I don't think it looks as good as like if you have other products on though, to be honest. I felt like I was missing something, so yeah. So that is it, you guys, for my get ready with me for work video. I am running out the door, throwing on my scrubs, grabbing my coffee, and getting this day started. So thank you so much for watching. If you don't mind, please subscribe down below and make sure you click the notification bell so that you can always stay up to date with what I'm posting. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye.